Oh, yes.
Right, we've not won this run. Here we go. This has not been a very fruitful night. We've got a lot of hard combos left. Alright, Silophyte, Hidden Passage, Crypt Builder, Flesh Weaver, Kale, Savagery. I really think we need to hit the 50 sweep here. Let me go Capricious Reflection. I think that's likelier to get me what I need. I think Chill Wind is likelier to work for me than Conduit. Right? We've got 2 Crypt Builders. It might need to be Conduit, actually. 2 Crypt Builders and a Silophyte. Yeah, I think I need to play Conduit here. Ugh. We should be able to play this. So the game plan for this is Silophyte, Shield Steward, Tethys, Shield Steward. We get enough spell weakness on him that we blow him up on the second floor. Technically, we do that. I do need to reduce the damage coming in. 3 is nice. Pretty much have to Crypt Builder him. He's healing up. A little damage. Spell weakness 6. There's the Crypt Builder. You're dead. Okay. Spell Chain Offering Token with 2 Crypt Builders is pretty handy. Well, Multi-Strike Molting Imp doesn't really help. Intrinsic Hornbreak is kind of interesting. Is that actually helpful? I don't really think it is. I mean, I can just look at it as an Emberstone Hornbreak, really. Maybe if we get Conduit. This Tethys has 2 Conduit. Goes up to like 10 Conduit at best, maybe. At his full spec. There are various nasty things that this does kill. I'm going to take it because we have a Flesh Weaver. I think we need to focus on unit upgrades until our Icy Silophyte does more work. 2 Merchants of Steel with Hellhorn banners. Alright. We've got Speed, Large, Fury, Heart. Okay. That's really hard to use. I mean, the Rail Beater is certainly playable, and it definitely has Avarice on it. Almost certainly Speed Stoning the Silophyte. For the Silophyte to be able to do Quick 50, it basically needs, like, Multi-Strike and then either a Rage buff or equipment on Intrinsic, or deployable. If I Fury Stone it, that is 24 attack initially, which is still not enough. Because we're up against Flesh Weaver, I think I need to Heartstone a Shield Steward to stay alive. I'll remove a Spear Steward as well, I think. Might be removing a Torch. Let me remove a Frozen Lance. Frozen Lance is actually a little less adaptable than Torch, even. I don't think we're desperate enough to Fury Stone a Spear Steward. Let's draw more mass. Oh, do that. That's fine. Silophyte does good work in this fight. should get extra space for utility units because of Bogworm's growth. Makes it easy to use, like, imps and mollusks as we find them. That card being intrinsic is honestly going to clutter my opening hands. I haven't found anything to do with these hidden passages yet. Maybe I'll find something. What would we be doing with hidden passages here? Really not sure. I don't want to crypt builder the boss here because it, like, puts him in a spot that I don't want him to be in. He's got 1 damage shield, so it should be this into this. You're dead. At least we can crypt builder the early bosses. Titan's Gratitude spell chain is also really interesting. It is a lot of damage. It is attuned. I'm gonna take it. Endless Fledgling Imp gives us rage scaling that might bail us out on the bottom floor. Just taking 2 endless cards, right? No, it was 1 endless card and that's just the 1 endless card. I'm gonna go Merchant Steel. We're looking for multi-strike. Find it. We've got a smidge heart rune. Okay. Quick Steelworker. How do we feel about Quick Steelworker? Does Quick Steelworker like hang out with Pethys on the weekends? Branded Warrior's a good damage unit that we can put on the bottom floor, I think. Try him out. We don't speedstone the Branded Warrior. The Branded Warrior ideally stands behind a Rail Beater because they're like natural buddies. I'm actually just going to Heartstone another Shield Steward because I am terrified of this Flesh Weaver. I want to reroll this. Okay, I've got the Dualism and a Titan Stone. I could Dualism the Rail Beater. I could Titan Stone the Rail Beater. My long-term plan for blocking that floor might be an Imp. I could technically Dual Stone the Fledgling Imp. It's not the worst play. Bogworm's growth needs UI to tell me where its bonuses are going. There's no way to tell. I think I don't actually have a great game plan around the Rail Beater's effects doing damage. I think it's more about keeping him alive, but we're not going to... Since he's got a spot blocked up with this Avarice, we're not going to be able to keep him alive in our usual play pattern, which should be like Titanite, Dualism, put Pauldrons on him. I think we're better off just dualizing Branded Warrior and getting crazy stats. What's wrong? Mirror. Maybe take 1 extra Branded Warrior here. I think that's about what I'm left with. I don't think there's much else we can afford to, like, change around. We can't really get more cluttered. I can't even play around this internet super well. What the heck is our floor setup? Yes. Okay, we did get the six big floor here. I'm glad I planned around it without knowing if I had it. This is a good floor setup. I'm gonna need to draw something to block the Tethys. Lickety split. I could theoretically ascend Tethys if it's a good idea. Check first. I don't think we're looking to play that. I could have discarded the Crypt Builder. Fleshlings are 7/7, so I think I do Torch. Thornbreak. Titan's Gratitude. Titan's Gratitude. We get 3 mass off of them. A little more mass out. He doesn't quite get killed by the Brand Warrior, unfortunately. Railbeater is just dying. I do not have a better way of tanking for the Railbeater. I think he's going to come up top soon, and then he'll help me reset that unit. Got a Slay on a Fleshling because of how that was lined up. So that's nice. Get rid of you. Love to hit him an extra time. Looks like we cannot. Do this, so we're clearing that floor. I'm gonna Hidden Passage you, so I can sneak you in. Alright, maybe a little desperate. The dualism armor is actually getting some work done. I appreciate that. I don't have other game plans, really. Okay, we're doing a lot of damage to him. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to kill him on the next floor, so long as we aren't already dead. And this will go a long way to making sure we're not already dead. What a weird fight. Can we play Harness the Titan here? Usually I want more draw tricks to play with it, but it's very good with our Titan's Gratitudes, our Crypt Builders. Offering Token might help set it up. Let's try it. A large Siren of the Sea is probably the best bang for our buck here. I'm not sure we can fit it anywhere. Dualism does work with Transcendent. Like, any stats that Transcendent is providing will be dualized. So, if he's seen a Fledgling Imp, if he's seen the Armor Imp, he will dualism those effects. It's pretty good. I'm going to take the Siren. I definitely don't want to go for space while we have Bogworms. I think this is energy to help us deploy more junk. A good amount of stuff to deploy. Alright, targets are magic. If we go to magic, we can just get, like, a little bump up of our, like, damage floor in a lot of ways. Because we're just playing spells as kind of a bread and butter, but I don't really need more units, so I think the Stygian Banner goes amiss. I'm gonna hit up the, Whetstone, Rules of Containment, Breath of Heaven. I'm gonna tag the Whetstone because I think I'm going to need it. So now if I find equipment that sets up the Silophyte, I can take it. And we can be good to go. So, theoretically, I need, like, multi-strike and about a +10. Ideally, we get that out of Bloodthirsty Blade. Or a Bloodthirsty Blade, like, combined with something else. Rules of Containment, I think, is pretty lame for its cost. I probably need to go to this Merchant of Arms to find this equipment that I'm looking for, which means I'm not hitting this Merchant of Steel, but it's probably okay if I can get up to 30 power for Kale. Oh, this is the Holy Shield Kale. His Cherubs have 60 health, but we just have to deal with it. So I'm going to save money for the Merchant of Arms. I hope that sets me up. One big conduit. What do we have here? Okay, haven't seen this all day. This is a pretty cool one. Unfortunately, my units that are already fully upgraded are the Branded Warriors. Fortunately, they have Dualism, which is cool with either Dominating Power or Dominating Control. I think usually we want Dominating Power for this because they're Slay units, and we want them to get kills whenever possible, rather than setting up the units behind them. If I had Dualism the Rail Beater earlier, this would be such an easy Dominating Control. Holy shit. Yeah, it's like different jack strips. It's if you also have Cuddlebeard, I think it becomes decent because then your Frostbite isn't decaying, and it's +2, so you're putting 4 Frostbite on everything. That feels a little more meaningful because it's 12 damage to everything on its way to the fire. There's a few more things that get killed by that. Is there any way we can break, like, Dominating Authority Fledgling Imp? I don't think so. I think it just messes us up, probably. So if we put this on the Silophyte, there's some pretty cool stuff with that, but it ensures that we cannot add multi-strike, which is a problem. So if I can't add multi-strike, the amount of extra power I need to add to the Silophyte can only be fulfilled by Bloodthirsty Blade. And that's pretty tough. And there's a chance that we take Dominating Control because melee weakness is hype. Kind of amenable to the fact, the idea that maybe we just grab it because melee weakness is hype. I'm just gonna walk. I just don't have a good game plan off of it. Okay, we have Imp Space now. Our deployment actually looks pretty good. Okay, so clearly, like, a couple rounds of the Imp, and we do get up to 50. So it's probably just the early rounds that really worry us. I move the Scarred Sentinel out of the way. You get it with this. Alright, bottom floor kill. It's pretty good. Makes me feel better. Urchin Spines with Spell Chain is pretty strong, especially on flying bosses. I'll take it. I think these are all pretty bad. Last Stand might be good. The fact that it has Spell Chain doesn't matter much. Maybe we discount it. But we're pretty good at building up Rage, so I'm going to try it. Be a big damage spike. Going over here. I don't think I'm taking Odie's Totem, but I like Imsicle. Oh, thank you, Bloodthirsty Blade. A roll for Emerge. Is there anything else I want to do with that? I could maybe grab the Echo Vault. I only have a couple ideas of what to do with the Echo Vault. They're not great. I could actually set up a Steward's Quarters. Siren Song is playable too. Oh, with these configurations, we could do a Bloodthirsty Glass Cannon. It can mess us up during spikes sometimes, but I think we might be good for it. Okay, now we don't even need multi-strike. We've still got a full contingent of all of our stewards. And this is just good, right? We don't need to make the equipment deployable. I will make the steward's quarters deployable because it's free. So we'll do a steward's floor on the middle floor. The rare steward's floor means we need to get size up for our second upgrade. Glass train indeed. Let's see, what else do we need to do? We've got a replicator here. So what's our top floor? Our top floor is like Siren of the Sea, Tethys, and a little bit more. Right now it's only 5 space, so right now it's just Siren of the Sea, Tethys. We're gonna go up to 7 space so that we can do like Steward on the second floor. Actually, we have Bogworm's Growth, so I need to like look at this in the next fight. I get the feeling that I probably duplicate another Branded Warrior and just fill my car with those sons of bitches. It's possible that I duplicate this thing, and we're putting one of them on the Silophyte, and we might be putting another on a Branded Warrior somewhere. I don't know how well our front line holds up, though. We do have Imp Sickles. That helps us block. Let's try it. I think this is pretty valuable, actually. This equipment seems good. Okay, so let's do the known factors first. We know that we're playing the Glass Silophyte setup with a Rail Beater and one of our Branded Warriors. This is known. Steward's Quarters is pretty much locked in the middle floor because the Siren Song will go top floor. 6 spaces here. We already have 7 spaces here. which is already enough for a shield steward and 2 spear stewards, which is pretty much what we're looking for. Space for an extra branded warrior up here, so we'll do that. Use random blocker imps on the bottom floor. Do extra throwaway spells up here to trigger incants. Now these branded warriors are actually decent at holding this piece of equipment because they build armor. So it matters less if they become fragile. We have enough rage here that I can get away with playing a last stand. It outscales the sap. We keep using Impsicle blockers. This Rail Beater is definitely not standing up to even a modicum of pressure from these Undying Wretches. Unfortunately. I also can't torch them because they've got Titan Skin. Because I have Conduit, I can't torch the Siren for free. Okay, let's see. Here's that. We are losing the Rail Beater. I guess we're losing the Rail Beater basically because these Undying Wretches exist, right? Because we're quick sweeping everything once. This guy just attacks back. It's because our sweep isn't killing the Ravenous Zealot. And we do not have a remedy for that. Okay. Alright, our bottom four might fold before the boss comes around. Support it as best we can with many imps. Now it's quick sweeping out the Zealot, so it's easier for us to stay up. And we got it. He's already gone. And since we're already getting a kill, we don't play other spells. We don't want to take slays away from my Bloodthirsty Blades. Alright. We're not doing a lot of Frostbites. This Ancient Synergy looks playable. I'll snag it. How helpful is Tiresome Climb? It seems pretty helpful. The Imp in a Box is decent too. Spell Chain Tiresome Climb is really crazy, and I've got a Siren Song, so there's a lot of cases where that helps out. Maybe we need March of Shields to keep our bottom floor guy alive, the Rail Beater. I have like no defensive support for him. Can I afford another Calcified Ember right now? I have Hell's Flame. I think it's okay. Let's go for this. I think I really do need more armor support. Okay, we go for Trinkets in an Alcove or Emerging Magic. I think I really need this Unstable Vortex, so we're going to go over here. We can pump up defensive spells. Let's see. Eternal Stone. Removing Consume from the Last Stand is kind of funny. Removing Consume from the Urchin Spines is kind of good. Let's see. Spell Chaining Harness the Titans, I think, is like a win more plan that doesn't do much. I don't have a lot of draw to use this holdover spell, and like having a holdover spell and an eternal unit is kind of brutal on my draw. But I will pick up draw after the boss. I think I can say that pretty comfortably. Blah, 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 blah. I think I'm going to spell chain the Harness the Titan. That sounds fun. Honestly, just fun. I'm going to eternalize the Urchin Spines. Probably going to Emberstone. The Last Stand or the March of Shields. And I'm going to go for the Last Stand. Power Stone, the Titan's Gratitude. I am not rerolling here. Unstable removes 2 torches, I think. Here we go. It's pretty cool how much of our game plan we actually get to deploy because of the attuned whetstone and because Steward's quarters are so cheap. You can get everything online pretty quickly. And then we draw Pyre Choppers, and that helps out a lot. Let's see. Ancient Synergy hits for pretty good damage. End it. Casual 600. We're sweeping out the Holy Cherub already, which is great. I'm not going to play the March of Shields here. I want to get more of my game plan accounted for before I do that. And I have Imsicle plays, so we don't need to worry about it so much. Are we actually dealing 180? Nice. Didn't really expect that. Yeah, we can do this. 3 total stewards is the best we can do on this floor either way, so. Casual incanting. The net loss of 4 HP when I do what I just did to her, but eh. I think this is Fledgling Imp Calcified Ember, because I really need these to be gone. We're unfortunately going to put him out of rotation. But we get to do a lot of incanting. I have 1 damage card in hand. Boo. But it's not like that spell is consumed, so it's fine. Throw out that number. I can take that hit. Yeah, let's last stand it. Go crazy. We're at over 200 on that sweep, so we're just clearing house. That removes 2 slaves, so I'm not going to do it. I'll just take the damage on the rail beater. Fortune of the armor. Welder Helper. It's our ideal blocker. Bottom floor is looking pretty vicious right now. Like Urchin Spines, no room. No room. Um, Alright. Bogworms will fix this for next fight. We win. Probably pretty quickly. That was pretty quick. Our bottom floor doesn't have a room, does it? Yeah, we can totally Rage Room the bottom floor. Rage Room is busted with sweepers. Going limbos. Let's see. So, Merchant of Steel could get us a hit on our Silophyte. If it does give us multi-strike, it might be the end times for the enemy. I don't think there's much more we can do in terms of a Merchant of Arms. I could set the Rage Room to deployable, but I don't think it's really necessary. We can Dualism the Rail Beater, gladly. There's nothing I need to Immortal Stone. We're going to Strength Stone one of the Spear Stewards. Actually, we will Immortal Stone one of the Shield Stewards. Rollin'. We multi-strike the Icy Silophyte. We Smidge Stone the other Shield Steward. We actually have a fully functional Steward's floor, so we start upgrading Stewards at that point. It's pretty good. What about duplicates? What do I want to duplicate? What can we duplicate that says it changes the game without being like sheer win more value? Maybe what we're doing on that second floor is Shield Steward, Shield Steward, Shield Steward, Spear Steward. Let's duplicate... Wait. How many deployable cards do I have? Champion, Banner. 4. One of these will come in for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. If I duplicate a deployable unit, I will push one of my... I'll block my Attuned Whetstone, because it triggers last, so it'll be the first thing to go. That would be bad. I could duplicate the Offering Token, the March of Shields, or the Harness the Titan pretty soundly, I think. I'm going to duplicate the Offering Token to, like, help me set up hands and trigger more incants, stuff like that. I think it's useful. We have a full 3 floors, even on our deployment. So I think this is doable. It's going to represent a lot of initial pressure, but I think we're good for it. Easy because we have like an Eternal Blocker here, so whatever. First things first, we set this nonsense up. It's this. I'm going to get the Eternal guy out first. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's you, Smidge, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. We can even fit an Imp on that board. Rage Room should be the top priority there. He's getting killed, but that's okay. Hornbreak these, because Hornbreak has piercing. Bring you in. This is 60 damage. So March alone doesn't save it. Molting Imp actually doesn't care about Spell Shield for some reason. I don't know why. This summon trigger is not the same as like a unit's activated ability, so it just works. I priced myself out of the merged equipment for now. I'll have to live with it. Trigger incant a bunch. A little digging, a little incanting. Finish setting that floor up. That's our peak performance there. Get the rage scaling going. We got 6 corruption onto one of our important units. We're going to have countermeasures for that loosely. Yes, please deal with that multi-imp for me. I do not want it to remain there. Clutter up our game plan a little bit. Incants. Posture check. Okay, we can do double last stand here. The fact that we're taking 30 damage probably goes away if this rage quadruples. Well, we're taking some damage. It's less. More incant now, so more damage when we do that. But we can still send it into the armor and it's fine. Welder Helper's a great find. We do this. Play the fledgling in Pierce. Let's get rid of it. Just keep playing Imsicles to this floor. Man, that 12 corruption's a bummer. Looks like the Railbeater's biting it. Something is hitting him apart from the 12 corruption. What is actually getting him? Space for fire jumpers. It's actually a really good harness there. Okay, so these guys are surviving. Yeah. He's in a little bit of a better state with that. They have 1 reanimate stack too many. Causing me trouble. Yeah, I think I just send it on that. If it looks like that, it's fine. The Silophyte is dying, like, immediately on the Prayer Stone, I know is a thing. But if this is the damage we're getting out of the deal, I'm pretty comfortable with it. As I'm pretty sure we're getting the kill. Like, ascending her never saves her from this because she's going to be fragile every time, so. Yeah, that's so fast. Alright, I really would prefer she doesn't get this heal. What can we do about that? Yeah, I was looking for a Crypt Builder. The 110 from Titan's Gratitude's looking a bit better. She'll have a bit of spikes. Spear Stewards die super fast on that, so I think that's still the issue. Hold on. We can make sure the Titan's Gratitude hits Crypt Builder. That's better. Alright, how does your 76 health do up here? Not great? Cool. Die. We dazed the statue. But the statue's immobile, so it can't be shifted upstairs. Intrinsic Spike of the Stygian. 0-cost Frenzied Swarm. I think this is the 0-cost Frenzied Swarm every day of the week. You know, Transcendum's pretty hot with Imsicle. Pretty certain there's some value there. And I think we check the Merchant of Steel to see if this Transcendent has any intent on becoming eternal. Okay, he's not immediately in the mood. Let's check the trinkets. I don't care for the volatile gauge. I don't think we have enough frostbite play to take the Cuddlebeard. Doesn't feel like it to me. Deepwood oil is meaningful. We are playing a lot of meaningful equipment. I am not touching volatile gauge with a 10-foot pole when my run looks this good. I'm gonna click this reroll. These are just okay. I don't really care. I'm going to probably reroll this. I could Frenzy Stone the Spear Steward here. Actually hits for okay damage. I will Strength Stone and Fury Stone the other one as well. Rolling. I think I Titan Stone the Siren of the Sea here. Dualizing the Transcendent would also be really funny, but I only get to play the Transcendent once, so eh. Dual Stoning the Fledgling Imp would have been better on that. Do I need a Runestone play? I think it's just where we're at and we send it. We got a lot of upgrades this run. Like, holy crap, we got upgrades. Let's see. I know I have a spare torch. I actually just dropped 2 of these. These are so bad. And I'm going to duplicate the Transcendent. Because that's pretty funny. Alright. So the Capricious Reflections this run, these Runestones were actually okay. This Intrinsic is nice. This discount is meh. This, we have used the spell chain, so I have to applaud it because it's pretty goddamn significant. This is a free spell chain on the offering token that's meaningful for our upper floors. This is a free large stone that was cool. This Avarice I don't think has mattered much. I don't know, maybe he's made a meaningful amount of money. The Twin Stone Urchin Spines is pretty cool. I think we got some decent value out of the Capricious Reflection. Okay. Let's see if we can survive this son of a bitch. Savagery is a meanie bobini that loves to kill your units. Boy, does he love it. It's part of why we eternalize this Shield Steward. Try to die less. Okay. This is probably a Helper. Very happy to draw well again. Very happy to have Harness the Titan in my opener. Check to see if we want to find another damage spell. Looks like a no, but that's fine by me. Very glad we Titan skinned you. Shield Steward goes down. I don't think we play the last stand here. Probably ancient synergy there, so you die here on this floor. I mean, it's kind of funny after he got the dualism too, because the dualism does like apply to the Avarice. Let's see. So we're presumably being attacked by the Terrifying Amalgam. I don't think we can necessarily punch through that. Let me do this so that I don't like lose a card draw. Like this. It's pretty simple to do. Is there any world where these change anything played on this floor? I don't think so. Even the Titan's Gratitude isn't enough to punch through the Zealot. Oh, I should have played the Ascend card on the Siren before I threw away the cards. Oh well. Got the melee weakness off. That's important. Let's see. Not hitting hard enough to survive. I probably need to ascend one of these guys off of this floor. No, we actually just move Savagery out of the way. And with that, we're okay a little longer. This is still the Eternal guy. I'd prefer it if the guy behind him was not dying. I think we just throw away the Steward floor. That means we get Pyre Hunted. Hold up. Sick. We skip the merged equipment for now with that. It's a bummer, but hey. We need 3 floors operating if we want to not get Pyre Hunted this fight. Is this enough? Still not quite there. Let's see. We can daze the bottom floor to not worry about what they would do to us this round, and that lets us get up the Siren Song. Okay, now we're sweep killing. That's pretty within expectations, but I'm gonna just not let these die. Every time they die, they set me back on draws. Might as well build up spell weakness on the boss. Stats on the top floor. It's unfortunate the Branded Warrior gets nothing to do after the Silo fight gets this carried away. Okay, we're in good shape now. Let's see. A Transcendent coming in is going to see some Fledgling Imp triggers, some other stuff. It's probably worth playing. Yeah, only the 5 Rage there. 40 armor. But we'll throw 1 down. Keep the other for later. For a rainy day. Fledgling Imps whenever we get the chance. Get the last Spear Steward out. Let's see. I think I like this March of Shields. $980 on the boss. Enjoy your spell weakness, sir. The final wave. How are we doing? We have gotten him. All right. So, I think we're in decent shape. This is the first run I felt good about in like almost all night. The Awoken Savagery run that we did, I felt pretty good about. It was closer than I expected. All right. Silophyte, the Merger. Tethys, Siren. Rest of that setup, the start of that setup, and this guy. Immediate Welder Helper is very handy. I want to get that out. Let's see. Let's do this. this, and then we settle into a bunch of spells that are free to play. Need to keep a constant imp supply down here. This should be pretty valuable, I think. We can't play Pyrelights for free on this floor. It only discounts damage spells. This is not a damage spell. It's triggering an attack, effectively. Yeah, I need to maximize my conduit here. Or not conduit, incants. I need to maximize my incants here. If we lose the Shield Steward, we'll have to replay him next turn. It's going to get pretty nasty when Savagery starts multi-swinging. It's like I can just bring in a Fledgling Imp here, and that's okay. I don't get the double last stand. I haven't gotten any Pyre Chompers at this point. It's usually part of what I rely on for that. I want to bring out the Siren Song so I don't have to redraw it. We have not used Siren Song, I think, at all this game. I don't think it was a mistake to buy, because I didn't know I was going to be this strong, but maybe it was, I don't know. Okay, we're being trampled over. I think I use a Transcend Imp. This is an Impsicle Transcend Imp. But it comes in with the armor. We'll do a little digging. We drop Curses of Entropy aggressively. I'll Transcend Imp if I want it. I don't think I want to do that. I'd love to be able to bring in a Spear Steward, but I don't think I can. It's not like a priority play. Doing very good damage, but our Rail Beater is in trouble. Okay, we got a Frenzied Swarm here. I can kind of slack off a little bit. Oh, we actually don't need to play it here necessarily, and we've already killed Entropy. Which means I can play it here to stop this Shield Steward from dying. Looks like top floor is close to crumbling. There's a much-needed Pyre Chomper. Been missing those guys. Not been showing up. Go in with some incants. It's the only imp I happen to have. Rail Beater was only dying because of Entropy plus the incant from upstairs, so. Play double harness. Now we have a 35 damage torch. It's not very exciting, actually. Hey-ya. Doing 45 damage off the torch. It's kind of funny. Alright, so we're losing that on the top floor. Imp blockers are going to stop working for us on the bottom floor. Especially because he's got multi-strike 3. Kind of a big deal. Yeah, so he's about ready to cook us. Let's see what we got here. I think we just bring in a Transcend Imp. I hope that blocks well enough. Nope. Does not block well enough. What if we just double last stand and we do enough damage that he's effectively dead? Cool. Now I can basically let everything collapse and just play piles of imps while I wait for Dominion to die. It happens pretty soon. The next lane that comes in will not make the fire. These guys, we can't do anything about them, but they don't make it. There's a fire chomper mixed in there, so we get our energy rebate, so we don't get fire hunted. We can be sapped, we only need to damage one more thing, and he dies next turn. Oh no, he dies next turn. One more. Sure, whatever. You do not need to have units in your train to win. You do not need to have an empty train to win. You don't need to have the enemies dead. You just need the Titans to fall down before you're fired. Got there. Alright. I think this was a lackluster night, because I think we only posted up 2 wins despite quite a lot of runs. But it is 12:30, and I do have some other stuff that I need to get done. So I think I'm going to have to call it here. That was a fun run, though.